Hi there, it's Anna from Inspiration Playground, and today I have got a super cute punch art project for you. We are creating Peppa Pig. Isn't she adorable? So the things that you're going to need are your real red scraps, basic black, whisper white, rose red, blushing bride, and pink pirouette. So the punches that I'm using are the 2-inch circle, my flower, my 1-inch circle, and the owl builder punch. So let's get started. So I've already gone ahead and I have already punched out a pink pirouette 2-inch, a real red 2-inch circle, 2 pink pirouette owls, and a pink pirouette 1-inch circle. Further to that, what we're going to need, we're going to use the owl builder punch, and the first thing we're going to do is punch 2 of the small circles at the top, just here. Okay, we need 2 on this one, 2 of the large white ones that are down the bottom. Sorry, that's my puppy dog in the background trying to get me to play with him. 2 of the smaller rose red, small circles. We need a blushing bride, largest, one of the larger ones. Put down the bottom here. So just this one here. There we go. Now with your pink pirouette again, what I want you to do is just cut one of the small ones here. This is going to create her tail. Okay, so you can see we've got there the 2 punched out. You're going to bring in your 1-inch now and just punch it at the bottom. Okay, and I'll come back to that and show you how to cut out the curly tail. While you're using your 1-inch, what I want you to do then is cut out Peppa's mouth. So to do that, we're just going to cut a 1-inch circle and then just move your punch just aside. See how we've got the arc in here now? That's the part we're going to use for her mouth. Okay. Now, with your flower punch, what I want you to do is grab your pink pirouette again and just cut 2 full petals. Okay, we're going to just fussy cut those to create her ears. And the very last element that you're going to need is her shoes. So what I'm going to do that is just cut a strip of black that then we can cut down for her shoes. Okay, so let's start putting her all together. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my real red ink and just ink around the edge. So this is her dress. So we'll just cut off the bottom section and do along there as well. Okay, get my pink pirouette ink and this do around her head. You don't have to do this part. I just like to give it that little bit extra, I guess. Now, I'm using Tombow glue to put it together. I originally started using glue dots, but given they are quite expensive to buy, I have found that I was going through a lot of them, so it just makes more sense to use your Tombow. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there and pop her head on. Next thing I'll do is I'll just quickly ink her snout. And pop that one on. And then grab these 2 little pieces, and we'll put each of those onto her snout. I'm just going to use my scissors just to make sure they stick down properly. The next thing that I will do is I'll just get her eyes prepared. So your black piece on your white. Oops, it's sticking to my hand. So as you can see, it can be quite fiddly. So if you have tweezers or a paper piercer, you can use those to make things a little bit easier for you. So now that those are on, we're just going to put some glue on the back of them and just stick her eyes on. And there's the second one. Just use my scissors. Okay, so with her ears, we've cut out the two petals. So all you're going to do is just round 1/2 of them. Just so it looks like this. I'll do the other one. Okay, and we'll ink those as well. It doesn't have to be perfect, so if you don't like to fussy cut, just give it a go. It, as I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we'll just pop a little bit of glue on the bottom there. There's one ear. Make sure it's sticking up straight. And the second one. There's her little ears. The next thing we do, we'll grab our blushing bride piece. And we'll just stick that on her cheek. There you go. Now with her mouth, which I've knocked over to the side, here it is, I'm going to use my tweezers just to hold on to it. It just can be a little bit fiddly when you're trying to put the glue onto the back of it. I'll probably be super shaky here, but we'll give it a go. There we go. So there, and then we'll just pop her mouth on. So as you can see, it's a little bit too big for her. So I'll just bring in my paper snips and just snip off the ends and make her push it down a bit. Okay, now where your owls come in, this is her hands. So what you're going to do is where the feet are at the bottom, you're just going to snip up on each side. So there's one. And there's the other. Okay, so see how that just gave her like little fingers, I guess. So once again, I'll just quickly ink. I'm not being too perfect with that. And this one. And then we can glue them on. I should have taped down my grid paper today. It's moving all over the place. Sorry about that. Put the other one on. And then with the second owl, we're going to do exactly the same. This time, we're just going to chop her feet off because we don't need those. They're going to go in shoes. So, okay. Oops. put her legs underneath. So as you can see, once you've got all the elements cut out, it really doesn't take long to put her together at all. Okay. All right, here's the tricky part. This one's her tail. So this is going to be the curl in her tail. Now, what I do is I'm just going along the edge, around the circle piece, like this, and then back along the edge again. And there you have your little circly tail. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the 2-year-old that is going to get this, I'm sure will not be complaining. Then we can just put some glue on there and stick her tail underneath. Now, all we've got left to do is do her shoes. So I just eyeball maybe 1.2 centimeters it is along there, make them exactly the same, and then just keep them together and just hand cut them so they're the same. Okay, and then what you can do, just put some glue on each of her legs and pop her shoes on. Someone doesn't want to stay on. And there you have it. Isn't she adorable? So then you can use that to put onto a bag, to put onto a card. One that I made before, I just put some gum boots on her instead and just fussy cut out a puddle and some drops so it looks like she's jumping in the mud. I hope you love this tutorial as much as I love making it for you. Hope she made you smile. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.